Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first ever official Off Kilter stream. I've been wanting to do this for a while, ever since I started streaming about 2 years ago, and I'm glad it's finally happening. Next to me, I have Hair Blitz. Next to him, we have Survival Amazon 88, and then next to her, we have Croissant on Fire. I was kind of okay, and I thought you were gonna say something.
Oh, are we supposed to say something?
No,
I don't know.
It looks. I remember you and I talking that you were gonna say something like some sort of stupid fact or something.
Oh,
After
you
I
want me to
announced it.
actually say my stupid fact?
I was waiting on it. Yeah.
So did
Oh,
you
wow.
know? Did you know that the average human anus can stretch up to 12 centimeters, and a raccoon can fit in 10 centimeters? So you can fit a raccoon up your ass.
You know what? Surprisingly enough, I've heard that one before.
Hi, Nico.
All right.
I have not heard that, but that's an interesting fact. I shall pass it along.
What's up?
I have not. You know what? I didn't expect that. It got me good.
Just every time
got
I'm gonna
me good.
search up some random stupid
Okay,
bullshit.
so moving along.
Moving on. So
No, hold on.
Censored.
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 So
There's no bad
Cut it.
words in there.
no bad words in there. It's just material.
Easy for when you're editing this later. Look for me doing this motion, and when I stop, you know that you can. This is where you cut from.
Okay. Cool.
There you go.
Thanks. Okay.
Octopus arms. Look for octopus arms.
Since this is the first ever episode, I thought we would kind of we could do an icebreaker episode. We would ask questions to each other, or if anybody in the chat or anyone else's chat asks a question for us as well, we'll answer it. Just to let those obvious questions get out of the way, the ones that a lot of people ask a ton of times, like what is your name, what's your favorite game, stuff like that. So I think that was a good way. I think this is a good way to start off the podcast, I think. So, I think since we're all gamers, why don't we start with what is your favorite video game that you've ever played?
With the hard ass questions right away.
Right?
Right?
All of us have many years, at least 2 decades worth of video game experience, some 3 decades of experience. And there's a lot of games to choose
3
from.
decades worth
You
of gaming
calling people
experience.
old?
I'm 33, so who's older than me?
I don't know.
Nobody.
Okay, so it's not 3 decades.
All right, 2 decades. At
I
least
have
So,
everyone here has at
2
least 2
decades.
decades worth of video gaming experience, and there's a lot of games that have come out of in those
Yes.
decades.
I'm
Sorry, I
pretty
just
sure
saw a
you just
joke. I just saw a joke.
pointed out how old we are.
right?
Yeah.
I did.
A
So
little bit. It kind of hurts my
There you go. I just
Yeah.
broke some age questions there.
yeah, 100%. Yes.
feelings.
All right.
Remember, when they ask how old you are,
I am
you say you're
31.
22.
I'm
I don't know Croissant's age, but he has the soul of a 12-year-old.
He does. He has the soul of a
15.
5-year-old.
No,
Oh, well.
I got the mind of a 15-year-old and a 27-year-old body.
Yeah, I'm also 27. I am a month older than Alex is. Yes, I am, Alex. I'm about a
Yeah.
month older than you. Like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
I don't know why you keep
Yeah.
thinking about it.
because I'm trying to think if it was exactly a month.
Carry the one.
Carry the one.
65.
So I'll start off with that question. I love Assassin's Creed. I think that's probably my favorite game series or franchise. My just favorite game of all time. Probably below that would probably be God of War. Honestly,
Which Assassin's Creed is your favorite?
which Assassin's Creed? That's a good question too.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Hold on, gotta move. Yep, there's Pupper.
Oh, there's a pupper.
Oh,
There's a
Papa.
pupper. Look at the pupper.
Looks like a coyote.
It looks like it a little bit, doesn't it?
No, it's a German Shepherd mixed with something else. I don't know.
Something
Shiba?
small,
With a dingo?
dude.
A what?
With a
Yeah, something
dingo?
small. She came
Yeah.
from Thailand, so who knows?
Oh.
Who knows?
Lucky
But yeah,
her.
I guess
Not
it would have to be
lucky, she's got one eye.
I think it would have to be Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, the second game in the Auditore series.
The Ezio
Auditore.
da Firenze trilogy.
Yeah, the second one there. I think that'll be my
I
favorite
think
one.
you're probably right.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're probably right. In my chat, Nico is saying Assassin's Creed series is the best. He responded with Black Flag, which
Black Flag,
I
I can
think-
agree with that too. Black Flag was very well done.
I think Black Flag is probably my favorite, but I
Mm-hmm.
think the best is probably Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, like Black Flag's entire gameplay is just pretty solid
It
even
is.
today.
It is.
But I personally think it lacks a little bit in the story. But Brotherhood gives you like everything you want. in
Absolutely
Assassin's
does.
Creed.
And that's
Revenge,
my favorite
character
game.
development.
Yeah. Yep.
Although to totally derail the entire conversation, the best scene is in Revelations. The very best scene in all of Assassin's Creed. When
Okay.
he's
I haven't heard of
viewing
that
the
one.
recording
Oh,
of Altair, and it
Mhm.
like pans out and it comes back to him, and then he talks to Desmond. That entire scene is just
Oh
fire.
yeah. Yeah. So what about you, Alex? Mr. Croissant on fire over there. What's your favorite game of all time?
Well, if anybody doesn't actually know me, it's Smash. I'm not gonna
very,
sugarcoat
Smash
it.
very
Bros?
true.
Yes, of
Oh.
course. I've
Oh,
got
I had,
He
half
loves
of the
he
amiibos
loves
sitting over
Smash
there.
Brothers.
I have
Yeah.
a bunch of them up there.
Yeah.
You can't really see it because of the blur, but
Yeah, little
Yeah, I've
little
played
fun
every
fact about our buddy Alex here. He has been to a few local tournaments and has played with a couple of pros.
got my
Really?
ass kicked by a couple pros. Yes.
hey, at
Yes,
least you
I
got to
have.
play with them.
Who was? I think it was Smash 4. He was ranked number 6 in the world, and I got a total of 12% on him.
There you
That was
go.
Hey, that's
it.
pretty good.
There you go.
I got like
Better
2
than
hits on him,
11%.
and then it was just done. So yeah, that was that.
Okay. April. I know
Huh?
you're a huge horror game fan, huge survival fan as well. What's
Except for
horror?
I thought you said
Horror, not
You're
horror.
gonna have to cut
Horror.
that out later.
Nah,
she's a
There's
big
there's a
horror
little bit of
fan,
pause.
and,
Little-
As I heard big horror, I'm
He's
like,
like,
ooh, that's kind of rough.
rough cut, jump cut.
So, April, what's your favorite game series in game of all time?
Honestly, I think my favorite game, and it's not actually WWE, it's The Long Dark, but that's for PC. If it's for console, it's Fable 2.
Ooh.
I
Oh,
love
Fable.
Fable 2.
I
That's a
never
played
played
that
Fable.
for
Never
I
played
played that
Fable.
for years on Xbox 360. The first one was great. Second one was the best. Third was just garbage. I love the second one.
Josh, you have to
I loved
try a
it.
Fable game.
Pulling
Yeah, I've
out
never
some
played
niche
Fable.
ones here. The
Well, they
Long
got one
Dark.
coming. You gotta
do?
Long
try a
Dark's a
Fable
great
game.
game.
Someone other than me has played the Long Dark. That's crazy.
Oh, I have like 400 hours into
Oh
it.
yeah,
I love the Long
April.
Dark.
I think April. Your early streams were a lot of Long Dark, right? Every week.
Yeah. Yep.
I remember seeing
That's a
some of
good
those. I had
game.
no idea what was
I
going
still
on.
do every once in a while, but most people that come to hang out with me don't know the game. So I end up boring people by either getting chased by wolves or freezing to death, which is a
Oh.
great skill of mine to do in games.
I see.
And I catch fire, so that's nice too.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Legit, any game I play that's got fire, if it's a fire that I can step into, I will. Same thing with Valheim. I've caught fire in that game too. If I get close to a fire pit and I walk in it, I'm
Do you-
always catching fire.
Do you do what
Why?
I do and just like test to see if you can get caught on fire? It's like, hey, look, fire. Can I?
No,
can
it
I
was an
get caught?
accident. You know how you stumble around when you're dying in the Long Dark?
Oh yeah.
But I literally found out that if you hold something in your hand, like a can or something, you don't stumble when you're dying. I didn't know that. But I was stumbling around outside the Rickon, that ship with the forge in it, and I was dying, and I finally found some matches. I was playing Interloper, and I was freezing to death, and I was so cold, and then I finally got a fire lit. I'm like, thank God, and I got close to the fire, and he stumbled right into it, and I'm like, what are you doing, you idiot? He's getting burns. Stumbles into the Rickon, into the darkness, stumbles back out of the Rickon. Oh my God, it was a whole.
There's a whole
I was
rigmarole
so
Came
there.
up right
frustrated.
now because I've never actually heard of it.
It. Yeah, I never. I didn't
Yeah.
hear of it either until I saw your stream about it.
Anybody that knows me knows that I'm not, I don't look too far into horror games unless.
It's not a horror
No,
game.
it's a
It's a
survival
survival game.
It's survival.
Oh, okay. So it's not a horror game.
No.
No.
Okay.
No, there's nothing scary in the game.
No. It's just you just make
Also-
sure you don't die of the cold.
It came out.
It's
in
a winter.
2014,
It's a
apparently?
Canadian winter survival game.
Canadian.
That sounds about
It's
right.
Probably
Canadian.
why most people haven't heard of it.
That's
It's Canadian.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. Oh,
Well,
man.
I love survival games, so I was legit just looking on for a new survival game to play, and I got sucked into that pretty hardcore.
Okay. I'll have to look into
Harold, what
Yeah.
about you, buddy? What's your? I don't know. I don't think you answered it yet. What is your favorite
I have
game?
not.
Probably
This is
Halo.
a scary question. So
It is a scary question.
I don't know. I've gone through so much that it's just. I don't know if it's necessarily my favorite, but I always like to bring back Xenogears from the PS1 JRPG.
Xenogears?
like,
I've never heard of
golden era.
that.
Xenogears. So I actually own a PS1 copy of it.
Mm.
It's the only retro game I own.
Okay. While he's getting that, hello, Hello, Poppy Cole. Hello, chat.
Yeah, I'm in Mario
Hey,
Jammies. Deal with
Poppy.
it.
There's no problem with that, Hair.
Xenogears,
I've never
there it
played
is.
that one. I can tell you that for sure.
So
Pardon me.
it's like a JRPG, but like you have like kind of combos in your turn-based combat.
Okay.
I think like old school, like Final Fantasy games, but instead of just saying attack, you have to like press like square, square, triangle, and then you do a series of attacks, and you have like a death blow thing that you do.
Like
Nice. Like Street
Kinda,
Fighter shit.
kind of like or is it
Up, down,
close
up,
to
up,
like
down, down.
the RPG like Mario games, like Bowser's Inside Story and Partners in Time kind of deal?
Sorta, kinda
Okay.
ish.
I'm just
But
thinking of games where
it's really like artsy and philosophical and kind of
Philosophical.
preachy. It's an acquired taste, but it is the game that like I don't know, someone like it's such a niche game. Someone I knew growing up just told me about it because I was a Final Fantasy fan, and then I just fell in love with it. It's got one of the best gaming soundtracks of all time, in my opinion.
Oh, wow. That's
Also,
awesome.
though, I would have to say the
Oh.
Witcher series, like overall, the
Oh.
games of the series
Never
and
played
The
that
Witcher
either.
3. The Witcher 3, in my opinion, might be like it's easily the top 3 best games ever made, period.
Agreed.
a
The
lot of people-
soundtrack for that game, like Skellige especially, I love. And Toussaint, the map, the graphics,
See, that's
gorgeous.
that's a very popular opinion. There's a lot of people that think the exact same way. They do say that the third Witcher game
Yeah.
is one of the best games they've ever played.
It's amazing.
It's like objectively good.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I think everyone who's played it thinks it's a good game.
Yeah.
I have not played it, so
You
I can tell you.
should.
That game goes on sale so many times.
Yeah, but I don't want to sink the time needed into that because isn't
You
it a
should, though.
long,
It's,
long game?
oh, yes, I believe so.
It is,
It depends
but
if you do the
honestly-
expansions, because there's 2: the Blood and Wine and the what's the other one?
Heart of Stone.
Yeah,
think.
those. Yeah, Hearthstone. Like you can sink 60 hours in that game without finishing the main storyline.
Oh, easily.
Oh,
easily.
probably, yeah.
Like
I
you
can
wander
see
down the
that.
road and you come across
like
another.
a
It's like
European
Skyrim.
Skyrim.
You pick up all the
Oh, boy.
freaking side quests everywhere. You run into new people like, oh my god, the statue is falling, kind of thing. Like you're
Oh
constantly
my
doing
god,
that.
I gotcha.
Let's not get
So-
into the playtime of Skyrim. That game has
Oh
too
my
much
God.
playtime.
Oh,
Look,
after a
first off,
decade, I don't
Cole,
even know.
Hi.
yeah, there's
Xenogears is sick. Someone heard of Xenogears? That's fantastic.
mhm.
Nico says, honestly, Powerpuff Girls for the PS2. If Powerpuff Girls didn't slap as a TV show, I might think that you're capping right there, but you might actually, I don't know, I've never played it. It might actually be
Yep.
good. Also
It
saying
was a good
Vagrant
TV
Story
show.
is up there too. I've never actually played Vagrant Story.
Mhm.
I've never
Is it
heard of
old?
it.
Never heard of that one.
I've
either.
heard it's PS1 era as well too, but
Oh, okay.
I'm
Well,
aware of it. I've never got into it.
I had a PlayStation 1, but I don't remember that game. Why
I
does Mama
find
say
the
it's goofy?
JRPGs on the PS1 were either like Final Fantasy-esque, like, hey, everyone knows about it, like, have you played it yet? Or they were so niche that no one ever heard of them.
Apparently.
It wasn't until like PS2 where they started to become more like average in their like playership. Player base.
Playership's a good word.
Playerships.
Can't stop staring at your little lightning thing back there, though.
Oh, thank you.
Oh
If
yeah,
you
it's
touch it,
very,
it's
it's
like-
very hypnotizing.
It's like a telco thing, so if you touch it, it like goes to your
No,
fingers.
I know what it is. Yeah, they've been around since I was a kid.
Okay, so we
I
need
just
to
think it's
see you
funny.
touch that now. You can't just say that without going and touching it.
Yeah, go touch it.
Yeah, I mean,
Are you in jammies?
yes,
Yes,
he's got
he is.
Mario pajamas.
Nice.
Yeah.
jeans, My son's got one of those. It's so cool.
Yeah, it makes you feel like a wizard.
I know, right? My husband had one when we were dating in high school, like a globe one, and you put your hands on it. It's kind of just like, do this, like, let me
Oh,
see
the
into
like
the
pink
future.
one that you. Yeah.
It was like a light purple color. Yeah,
Yep.
it was cool.
Fun fact about this is actually the lamp from the Metal Gear Rising Collector's Edition.
Of course
So
it
it
is.
says Metal Gear Rising Revengeance on the bottom. That's what that little like wording on the bottom you can't see is. And the thing in the center is Raiden's sword.
Oh, that's cool.
Dude, that was such
Yeah.
a good game.
Metal Gear Rising.
Oh fuck yes.
Oh, also
I
the
don't
Metal
remember
Gear
that one either.
series. The Metal Gear series is like near
Metal Gear Solid is a
Yeah.
great game.
Much.
Uh huh.
I never
I
played
played
the
that
Metal
in high
Gear.
school, too.
There's a lot of games apparently
What
you
the
guys
hell
haven't
is
played.
wrong with you?
I haven't
Bruh.
played that series.
Dude,
I played Skyrim for like
Just
10
play
minutes. I didn't
one.
enjoy it.
I'm pretty sure. Do we not get number 5 as like a freebie 1 month for
I don't think-
PlayStation?
I don't fucking know.
In his defense, if you've
I
not
know,
Gosh,
played
I'll
the
Liquid.
whole of the
I'll bleep it.
series, it's hard to play any game in the series.
Okay, but to
Like-
be fair, like
To be
I
fair,
kind of like the first one I touched was number 4. Then I went back to 2, and so on.
I don't know
How
which one I
do you
played.
have any good of a time starting at 4?
Because I never
That would be
understood.
so confusing.
I never understood the story anyhow. So I just like played, and I was like, oh, these games are fun.
I did the same thing for
Yeah, I was gonna
Kingdom
say you're
Hearts
lucky
3.
that game is fun.
I did the same thing for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah,
I didn't
oh,
know the
yeah.
story at all. Are you kidding me? I was so
Yeah.
confused.
Oh,
I had
don't.
people from chat telling me what the story was, and I was still confused.
I was a newer viewer of yours
Yes,
when you
you
were
were.
playing that, so I didn't want to call you out too hard. But I was like, this man's crazy.
Oh no,
Like
it was
starting Kingdom Hearts 3 as your first Kingdom Hearts. That's like watching the last Avengers movie and
Okay,
never watching
my
But
original.
there is a,
Oh.
there is
Oh,
a
that
good
hurts.
point to that
That's
though.
What's
painful,
that?
man.
Because if he goes back and plays Kingdom Hearts 2, he's gonna be like, why the fuck did I play 3? I'm sorry. There's no better Kingdom Hearts game than number 2. Number 2 is just absolutely fantastic.
I think this man's right.
Mhm.
And yeah, so
I think if 3 had Final Fantasy characters in it and not Pixar levels in it, it would be the
Mm.
better game. But the fact that it is basically one giant ad for Pixar,
like,
My-
I'm sorry, Josh. You don't know a hard battle in Kingdom Hearts until you actually have to go face Sephiroth,
Oh,
oh,
probably
like
not. No.
Kingdom Hearts
He's
1
post-
Sephiroth 2.
which is post game content.
Well,
so
my
you know.
original idea, my original idea for playing the final game of that series was because I was gonna do that for a bunch of other series I haven't played before. I played the final game, and then this will make my thought was this will make viewers chat more to explain what happened and explain it to me, and then I can get viewer interaction that way.
Nobody has the time for that.
That was not a bad idea, but that's a ballsy move.
It was a ballsy move. You know
Like,
what?
yeah,
You know what? It worked. I had at least the same person come for almost every single stream, and his name was Tech Radar or Tech something. Very good
I'm
guy.
surprised.
Radar
'cause
Tech.
No, his first
No?
name. No, it started with Tech. I forgot what the last one was. But yeah, it
Yeah.
got me a decent amount of views for Kingdom Hearts 3, especially the last
Yep.
5 hours. Jesus.
To get through
I
the
didn't play
Kingdom
any of the
Hearts
Kingdom
story,
Hearts.
you need some time. Oh,
I
gotta
knew
play
I was
2.
gonna get that reaction.
Gotta play 2.
Gotta play 2. All right. Well,
you
you
should
know what?
you should play 1 and 2. But
I agree. You should play 1 and 2, but
Mhm.
you gotta play 2. It was just
Mhm.
so fucking glorious.
All right. Well,
Isn't it goofy and stuff? And you have these giant keys, like
Mhm.
cog.
Keyblade.
thing. Oh,
Yeah,
maybe I did
it's-
play it.
Keyblade.
it's basically take Final Fantasy
Uh huh.
and then take Disney
Yeah.
Mhm.
and just
Smash them together.
Yeah.
and
he's-
That's
he's
it.
not
what you do.
wrong.
That's Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a friend in high
it
school
makes
that played
no
it. I think I
sense,
played a
but
little
it's
bit of it.
fantastic.
That was a long time ago. God, I'm
So
old.
Chad is also saying Wild Arms is a great JRPG, and you are also correct. I have played a bit of Wild Arms.
Wow.
They should make a new game of that.
Hmm.
And then Halo Reach. Halo Reach is also one of the best Halo.
Oh,
games,
it's
actually.
Absolutely.
favorite Halo. It was.
So just FYI, chat too. Since we're doing like a big stream with like 4 people, I might not get to you guys until
Yeah.
like minutes later. Just FYI, I'm paying attention. I'm just trying to find natural places to put you,
You know
guys
what?
in
It's
and
how
not cut all of them off.
it's
so.
how I do my just chatting. If there's a natural break, I'll comment on something because I know people have been chatting on my end, and April's been helping me out a little bit. But
Yeah, Jaboo.
I know I did get a follow from Poppy, and I really appreciate you. If you're still in the chat or not, I'll make gestures by stuff like that so I don't interrupt the conversation. That's how my
Cole's
that's what
great.
just
He's
chatting
awesome.
usually
If he shoots the finger at you, he doesn't mean it.
does. Trust me, if
I'd say
I
that
shoot the
too.
finger, it's not for you. It's for Alex.
It's for
You have
me,
to make-
yes.
You have to make some complicated viewer thing. Like,
100%.
All
For Alex.
right.
that's
Is he
like
gonna
thanks
come
for
up
the
with a
follow.
language? I don't know if anybody understands French. Josh, you look at me and just
I know very little French.
there you go. Just yeah.
You
The
suck.
whole
Je
I-
m'appelle
thing is
I
Avril.
don't like you.
Avril?
I don't like you.
Oh, you do the friends thing, yeah.
That's, yeah.
There
that's,
you go.
Yeah.
That's your
That's what.
that's
Yeah.
your
Yes.
that's your fuck off to me. Just so you
Mhm.
don't start flipping off people.
Yeah. All right. Well, since we're talking about Square Enix and Final Fantasy, and they usually have a type of harder bosses you fight, in my opinion, anyway. So I gotta ask, in any game series, what was your hardest boss battle?
Oh, I have an answer for this one.
All right,
I have an answer for this one ready. So I achievement hunted this game, this JRPG that was on the 360 called Infinite Undiscovery. And for the last achievement, which is a one gamer score achievement. Sorry, I said the F word.
Don't worry about it. Alex said it 3 times already. I'll bleep it all out.
What?
Oh yeah,
there was a one
he's
gamer
counting.
score achievement in this game for
Sorry.
beating the final boss in the final post-game dungeon on the hardest difficulty. And it took me a week of 8 hours of a day grinding, basically. It's probably not that long. I'm over exaggerating, but it took me forever to beat this boss because the final dungeon was laid out really stupid and it was super long and it was awful. So
That's usually the way it works.
Yeah.
you can't save in front of the final boss. You can save at the beginning of the dungeon or halfway through the dungeon. So I had to go like super far through a super hard dungeon on the hardest difficulty to level up and then fight it, die horribly, then do the like grind. So it sucked.
Oh, there's another bleep.
Don't worry about it. Just keep talking. This is what editors do. They fix it.
I know.
They fix it. But I
If
think
I still had my Go XLR, I would press the like censor button
the
to
censor button.
just do it for you, but
But
I have a different layout now.
Yeah, I guess my boss battle, my hardest boss battle would either have to be Xenohort in Kingdom Hearts 3, or I think it's that long section in Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't want to really spoil too much, but it's a long section. It's all one battle, and if you mess up and you die, you go all the way back to the beginning of the portal, and you do it all again. I was so
he streamed that, and I was watching it.
I was so angry.
painful.
I was so angry trying to beat this, and I get so close every single time, and I die. I get to a point where I always have half health left. I have no potions left. I have nothing left, and it's ridiculous. It was to the point where I knew what was coming. I still couldn't do it. So yeah, I'm gonna say Final Fantasy VII Remake. That final section is my hardest battle. I know.
Yeah.
I can see Alex's gears turning.
I don't know bosses. Like, I can't think of a boss that was like super difficult to where I wanted to just like throw my controller at a wall.
You never had a moment in a game where you just couldn't beat it. You had to start all over and over and over again.
Oh well, I've had too many of those moments.
Okay, then why don't we?
I mean, you said one earlier.
Yeah, why don't we do that? Why don't we rephrase the question? Either boss battle or a very very hard moment that you.
It's true.
Argumentative.
Kingdom Hearts 1 and even number 2, the post content fighting Sephiroth is not easy whatsoever.
No, he's a pain in the.
Yeah.
Lot talk.
He's the pain in the.
Proud of you.
He's the pain. I was just gonna say.
He's a pain in the beep.
Insert censor sound here. Yeah. There you go. Yes.
There you go.
There.
Perfect.
I got it out.
Just starts yelling at the top of his lungs. You see him like raging out in the background.
Oh my god.
There you go.
April, I know you don't really. I don't know if you play a lot of like single player like action games, or you play games with bosses in them. Or do you either have a boss battle or a very hard moment in one of your games that you just can't believe you haven't gotten through yet until you finally did?
Honestly, I had a lot of moments like that in Little Nightmares 2.
Oh,
It's
I agree. Yeah.
There's a lot of parts to where if you're not running quick enough, or you're not going the right direction, or you don't have fast enough reflexes, or you don't know what you're supposed to be doing, which there's a lot of that in that game.
Oh yes, there is.
That is legit the only game I have ever wanted to rage quit.
Oh, you know,
only game I have ever gotten that frustrated with.
I don't blame you. Little Nightmares 2 was a fun game. I did play it.
Yeah.
It's it has moments. If you just alter the way you run just for like a good 2 seconds, you'll get caught.
Yep.
The script in that game is very precise.
Yes, it is. You have to do something a certain way. You have to move a certain way. You have to slide a certain way. And there's lots of like the stupid like stumbling mannequins caught me all the time. The larger like little mini bosses that you have to come across throughout I died over and over. And thankfully I had a buddy in my chat who played it before, so him and his woman were helping me through it a lot, Pure Malkai. But it was It was rough. It took me like a week to beat that game. It was
Mhm.
very frustrating. I would be in the same spot for like half an hour, just getting more and more frustrated. It's the only game that I can remember off the top of my head that I've had any issues with.
There's
I mean, I'm used to dying in general,
yeah.
but that game was rough.
In the first portion of the game, you face a person who has a really long arms, and you're stuck behind this fan in this
Yeah,
little room. If I
yeah.
didn't see my but a streamer called Kyvie play this game and figure it out, I probably would have the same issue. It's complicated for some of these boss battle moments. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched probably a total of half an hour gameplay at different stages of the game
Hmm.
before I played it. I didn't know the storyline. I didn't know
Yeah.
much about anything. I didn't know how it ended. The ending was awful. It just, ugh, it was rough.
We're still
It
talking about
was
Little
hard.
Nightmares too.
Mm-hmm.
I
didn't
forget
play
what the
that
ending
one.
was.
But I heard it was good.
I didn't like the ending. I didn't like it.
Yeah, gameplay was fun.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people saying that like it like shook up the internet for a little while. Might have been an over exaggeration, but
Mm.
It definitely took me really off guard. I was not expecting it, and that made me kind of frustrated playing so much of that game, and it kind of ended that way. So, yeah.
No, well, there you go.
I still have to play it.
I
played
get
a little bit
emotionally
of the first
attached,
one.
probably. That's why.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
I get
feel
really
that.
emotionally involved
I really
in
feel
my
that.
characters and stuff.
Like,
If I'm playing with somebody and like my character, my little sidekick or whatever, is supposed to be like awesome, and I just focus on like, come on, little buddy, we can do this kind of thing,
Yeah,
and then it
yeah.
ends in that way. It's like
Yeah.
the Mass Effect series broke me for that.
the what?
Like,
Mass Effect.
Mass
Caring
Effect
about
series?
characters?
Yeah, just getting attached to characters.
Yeah.
Who was
'Cause
it?
not everybody, just because the Mass Effect Legendary Edition's out, so I don't want to say too much in case there's people out there that are still going to play it, because I don't want to spoil any of that game for
Mhm.
anybody.
That's fair.
Not all characters make it out of that, especially
sure.
depending on what you do.
Yeah.
And I lost some friends along the way in that, and it
Oh,
was hard. Like, because
Aw.
I got emotionally attached to a lot of characters,
Mhm.
and then they drop dead. Pardon me.
That's fine.
And then it's just like, no, like there was one point in time I paused the game, got up and walked away, and was like, I don't
Wow.
want it right now. I'm gonna come back in 5 minutes.
This is like reading a
The
good
last
book and
time
someone
I've
dies.
done that. Can't remember the
I
last
don't
time
think
I've
I've ever
actually
done- I don't think
gotten off
I've
of a
ever done
game
that.
because I needed to. There's every once in a while. And when you
Everyone's-
get
It's
emotionally
rare.
invested into a game, yeah.
It's
I only do that
rare
when
now,
dogs
but-
die.
Oh,
who?
we had a moment
Dogs die.
in
Oh.
Dying Light we did a series playthrough of it recently. There's a moment where there was like a dead dog like in the game, and not even like just like a dog lying there, like a zombie attacked dog, and I was very like, F this game, man. Like,
Right? I can handle people dying, but once a dog dies, I'm like, no. If I know
Yeah,
a dog dies in a movie, I get really upset about it, and I don't want to watch it.
In a
Oh.
I
movie,
stopped watching the day after
Anything.
tomorrow when that thing was happening with the dog. I turned it off. I was like, I don't care anymore. Like,
Are you
The
talking
dog
about I Am
dies in
Legend?
the movie?
No, he's talking about I Am Legend
oh, I am
Oh, I was
talking
gonna
about I Am
say
Legend.
with Will
Day After
Smith.
Tomorrow is a
I
it's not
am
like
yeah,
talking about
no.
Legend.
Do you know
My
what?
bad.
I saw that in theaters,
don't
and
watch
yeah,
a lot
when
of
the
movies.
when the dog went, I was like, if I wasn't here with friends, I'd get up and leave.
If I was there by myself, I'd have walked in as well.
I
too.
did not enjoy that movie. I thought it was
Um,
bad. It was not my favorite.
Poppy says Last of Us is the last game he got emotionally invested in any game. Learned the hard way.
Yeah.
Last of Us series, the both 1 and 2, are written very well character wise that you get attached.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
game goes kind of Game of Thronesy at points, doesn't it?
Yes.
Like, just people start dying left and right.
that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, more second game than first, I think.
Yeah.
I know who dies in the second game near the starting.
And I was so
say anything.
I was kind of upset when it happened. I don't know if I should spoil it or not.
Don't.
All right.
No.
Let's
Just in
avoid
case.
some
Just in
spoilers.
Yeah,
case.
we'll
Yeah.
try to avoid spoilers as much as we can then. But yeah, in the second game, this person died, and I was so attached to him. It was unfortunate that I saw this person
Aw.
get killed the way they did.
Oh.
It was
That
brutal.
doesn't sound good.
It was brutal. So
I
let's
haven't
catch
played
up
either
and
of
chat
those.
A little bit.
It's very good if you get the chance. I don't know if they're coming to PC, but I know they are. I thought one of them might be a PS Plus collection, but I'm not sure.
Listen,
The opening of The Last of Us
every-
was really hard.
Oh,
Every Call of Duty kid remembers the ending to Modern Warfare 2.
Oh,
with Ghost?
And
Yeah.
the biggest betrayal moment in history.
By the general. I forget the general's name.
You get
We
what?
can spoil Call of Duty games.
Yeah,
Just
that's
about Call of
fine.
Duty,
That's
but-
old.
Well, okay,
That's an
but
old
Modern
game.
Warfare 2's been out for 20 years.
Yeah, that's old.
Not
Yeah, I
really,
think
but,
that's
you
fair
know.
enough. It's
Fair
been up for a
enough.
long time.
Just that moment when you get shot and then you watch yourself get lit on fire and you're like,
Oh
what the
my god!
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
Bro, you get lit on fire?
no,
Yeah.
he does you dirty. He does you real dirty.
Yeah, no, and that's, I think if you look up like top 10 betrayals, it's always
It's the
listed
general.
there.
Yeah, it's that general. Just
It's
turns around.
always listed
He
there.
takes his deagle out, turns around, points it in your face, and you get shot.
I'm
But-
an outspoken hater of Call of Duty, and even I gotta admit that was like a great moment. Like,
But the thing is, that Call of Duty had one of the most satisfying things. That was the ending, where your last thing you do is you take the knife and you throw it into his eye.
Oh, that's
Or-
awesome.
yeah, it's his face. Yes.
It was somewhere in
Yeah.
his face.
In the
Yeah.
face.
In the face.
But you've got like your I think it's Captain Price is like basically wrestling with him, and he gives you, or you pick up a knife and he's like telling you,
I
yelling at
think
you
you
to throw
pull
the
it out
knife.
of yourself.
Yeah,
even,
you pull it
don't
out of your
Like,
thigh or
stab
something.
You did.
Yeah.
You do.
And
You
you like,
pull it out
That's
of yourself,
savage.
and then you just like whip it at him, and it hits him in the face, and that's how he dies.
Yeah. That's very.
That was to be fair, that was one of the best Call of Duty campaigns.
I always thought Infinity Ward did a very good job in their campaigns, better than Treyarch did.
Well, that was their thing.
Yeah.
They always had the heavy hitting campaigns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Hare's
So
not a
going
Call of
back
Duty.
to, well, yeah, I'm really not, but
That's
that
okay,
has
you
more
don't
to do with the
have to be.
multiplayer. I'll even admit that the recent Modern Warfare had a solid campaign.
It did.
Like, I
I
played
enjoyed it.
the 2019 Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
I played its campaign and I thought it was very well done.
Yeah, I
I
love
thought it
that
was very
campaign.
enjoyable.
To be fair, I only buy a Call of Duty game these days for zombies. Like,
That's-
there's no
That's why
there's
I
no
want,
intent on multiplayer, not even campaign. I really don't care. I want zombies.
That's why I want Vanguard.
Like I said, make a solo zombies game. Put every single map that's ever been in zombies into one. I will pay full price for that. No
I know
problem.
you will.
I
I'm
don't
sure
care
a
about
lot of
anything
people would.
else.
So going back to boss battles for a minute, my chat
Sure.
had said, Nico had said all of the Shadow of Colossus bosses.
I've not played that
Neither
game.
have I. I never played that one.
I've
They
been
can be
told-
challenging, yeah. Hidden Me Home says Psycho Mantis in Metal Gear Solid.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Is it?
Not to mention
wasn't he on
Wait,
the-
hold on. Are we
wasn't he on the
talking about
Nintendo
like?
64?
Are we talking? Are we talking about like
No,
PlayStation
no,
1 where you had to take your
You
controller
had
out
to
of the
take
port?
out-
and
I thought it
yeah,
was Nintendo. Sorry.
yeah,
So
you
for
had to
anyone that
change
doesn't know, the
ports.
boss battle in PlayStation 1, he was a psychic. So he could read your controller input. So anytime you tried to aim or shoot at him, he'd move out of the way and stuff.
Oh.
So you
My
had to,
God.
you had to take it out of input 1 and put it in input 2.
Yeah.
And then he couldn't read you anymore.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
redo.
And it
Literally-
was one of the most
It's very
innovative
cool.
things.
That's so cool.
He also read your mind and was like, "Oh, you're really enjoying playing like Castlevania, don't you?" And you're like, "What the?"
Yeah.
Because he was reading
memory
data
card.
off your memory card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Being like,
funny.
oh yeah, you like
Oh, yeah.
Spyro the Dragon, huh? Like,
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it was a big thing for back then. That was on like the first PlayStation, so that was
Oh yeah.
that was, you know, not expected.
So
any
I've-
Dark Souls boss as well too,
Oh,
which
Dark
yeah,
Souls,
of course.
yeah.
I was waiting for someone to make a Soulsy reference.
Yeah.
Well,
Dark
the
Souls.
Cole
entire
says
game
every
itself.
boss in Fury. That's Fury is a notably difficult game.
Which game is Fury?
Fury, it's like a I don't know how to describe it.
While we figure
It's
that
all
out, we have a question from our buddy Kirsten. She says, "What game would you guys never play again?" So you played this game, you hate it so much that you just don't ever want to see it again.
Oh no. Sorry.
Uno?
He said, "Oh no."
He said Uno.
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 I've had a lot of bad experiences with Uno. Game
Has ripped families
game
apart.
I
man.
never actually want to play again.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to give me a minute to actually think of a legit
Yeah,
serious
I'm-
answer.
Oh
I'm
my
the-
god,
I'm the
there's a
type of-
lot.
There's a type.
Mhm.
I'm a type of player that if I see something I like, I'll go grab it. Even if it doesn't, even though if it didn't reach up to my expectations, I would still find something good about the game and keep going and play it. So I don't really have an experience when it comes to never play again, unless I beat the story, honestly. So I don't have that really hateful moment for a game. But I honestly I can't think of any at all. Like not one.
That last
because,
two.
That's because Josh hasn't played Emily Wants to Play yet.
I don't want to play that game. You're gonna make me
Ooh, I
play
want
it.
that
You
one.
will.
You're gonna
You
make
will
me
play
play
it.
it, and
You
it's
will
gonna
play
suck,
it.
and I'm not gonna like it.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Oh God.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you feel that way.
But
I've played a
Do I
lot
never
of
want to
bad
play
games.
again.
April, you said Outlast 2. What's why
Yep.
would you never play that game again?
I spent about an hour playing it. I was very excited about it because I saw a little bit of the gameplay and it looked like it was right up my alley, you know. But I guess the atmosphere of it, the ambiance it creates is like that weird religious zeal, and there's always a guy in the microphone, and you're constantly traipsing through the abandoned village. But I don't mind that, but there's like the weird people stumbling around, like citing Bible verses and stuff. Like that really threw me off to where once I got into like a basement of a church and I could hear like people above me chanting and stuff, I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I couldn't do it.
Did you play the
It's the only
first one?
game.
Oh, sorry.
No, I never played the first one.
I think you would enjoy the first one more than the second one.
I think the first one was supposed to be better than the second one.
I don't know. I heard good things about the second one, but I just couldn't get past that spot. It was really messing with me, and I'm good with scary stuff and jump scares and dying and getting chased. But the only time I died in that game was when I fell off a ledge because I didn't know I can get fall damage within the first like 2 minutes of gaming. Other than that, I didn't take any damage or anything. But it's a hiding game, and I'm not good with stealth in general.
Gotcha.
But you can like hide in armoires and under beds and stuff like that, and that constant fear of being caught in that kind of environment it really messes with my head. I couldn't do it.
No, I don't blame
play
you.
Among Us.
There's
I'm fine with Among
there's
Us,
a little
but that game
story
is
with Alex and myself and our buddy with Outlast. I think Alex will remember clearly. There it is. Okay, so I'm sure Hare and April have heard the story already, but to people in the chats I have not. We were in high school and Outlast like came out a couple of months after, and we're like, oh, let's get Outlast and let's play in the dark. There's 3 of us. What could go wrong? We get through to the point where the big guy throws us off the ledge onto the floor and we get stabbed. We were so scared of that game. We just never bothered playing it again. You know what? Outlast. There's my answer. Outlast. I don't want to play Outlast again. I'm good.
I've got my answer on what I would not ever play again.
There's my answer.
Because that, and that would be Fortnite.
Real? Oh yeah, you hate Fortnite.
Because Fortnite.
Yeah, that's up there. I was probably gonna say the Call of Duty multiplayers. Like I'll never touch another one.
Oh, I don't blame you. I really don't.
For various reasons.
They've been going down the drain pipe since Black
Emperor's
Ops
Hacker.
4.
I finally actually tried Call of Duty for the first time.
And how did you enjoy it?
Which one?
Warzone?
Oh, you played the Battle Royale. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And duos and stuff like
Did
that.
you-
Actually, I found out I'm pretty good at sniping, which is nice. But
That's
I don't. There's a lot of people in there, you know.
good.
Get killed a lot.
Yeah,
It's really rough.
the average amount of people in a Warzone match is 150.
Yeah, I
That's
noticed
pretty
that.
good
But I
line.
also was playing with someone I knew. I would never play that with strangers.
I tried playing.
I've
it by
seen
myself.
enough women getting torn apart in games like that. I don't want to.
Like Josh was saying, I tried playing that alone, and honestly, like it.
Like I think I played a little bit
Yeah.
longer alone than Alex did, but it's
Probably.
not the same.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to play anything like that with strangers. Just like Dead by
No.
Daylight or any other multiplayer game you were playing with other people.
No,
Oh,
Battle
Like,
Royale
if
is really-
anything
randoms.
It's rough
Oh,
because
so
sometimes they'll come into your
bad.
chat afterwards saying, "God, you returned a form." I'm like, I legit saved you, sir,
Mhm.
and I ran
Yeah.
away because the killer was coming. Of course, like
Yeah.
Because half the
are
people
stupid.
out there, if they're new, they don't know about borrowed times. You're like,
oh no,
You're
he
getting
said
them off the
that.
hook
He's
when
like,
they- when
you
they
should
come
have
to-
borrowed time because he was downed after that. I'm like, it wore off by the time you were downed. I had borrowed time, sir. Thank you very much. But it
Yeah,
it
they
has
think
that
it
little
goes
cooldown
longer.
period. Yeah, it doesn't.
Mhm.
It lasts like what, 10 seconds, 8 seconds? It's not very long.
It's gone down. Like it used to be. Well, borrowed time used to be the best perk for a reason, just because it was stupidly broken. But
Yeah.
I think it's around 8 seconds.
It's
now.
not very long
It's not
now, yeah.
supposed to be that long. Well, it really shouldn't be. It's a great perk, but if you were able to run around for like a minute, 2 minutes with that on, that would be busted.
Oh
Yeah, it shouldn't last that long. But
Mhm.
for whatever reason, he's like, you should have borrowed time. I'm like, I do have borrowed time, you jack.
All
Yeah,
right.
randoms don't get shit in that
Another
game,
thing I'd
and
probably never do again. Halo lasso runs. Legendary all
Oh,
skulls
lasso.
on.
Oh.
I did lasso runs for Reach. And I think I did a couple things in 3 I did whatever you had to do to get the recon armor.
Yeah.
We went through hell to get that. But yeah, I don't think I would ever, because I wouldn't be able to quit it, and it would just be a long process of me being mad
Oh.
and stressed. So I could probably do it again, but I don't want to.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So chat saying Modern Warfare 3 because of Soap's death.
Oh,
yeah, that one hit
Now,
home.
I'm gonna hit Cole's comment first, where he says Halo Infinite alone is rough. That I find, like, basically any shooter that's like that, where you need to coordinate. Like if you're playing like seriously, especially ranked, like playing any kind of game like that alone is just,
it's awful.
If you're not like a social person looking to like meet new people, it can be awful.
Mm-hmm.
But you're also saying Halo 5. So Halo 5, I'm not going to get too hard into this. I'm not going to get too hard into this because this is a controversial opinion. I love Halo 5. It's not perfect, but its multiplayer is good. I actually really like the Warzone game from it. I actually miss playing that because we played Halo 5 a lot up until Infinite's release. And the story, yes, is also like is not great. Like there's so much back end that needed to be in the game, and it clearly was like rushed out and not finished. But man, some of the scenes in that game are so good. The intro to that, when you're coming down the mountain, blowing everything up, so good. Not to mention, like you got Buck in it. You got Nathan Fillion as one of the main characters.
Oh, nice. I
You've
love him.
got great stuff with Cortana and like AIs and good philosophical questions being asked there. If that game had the Infinite treatment where it was delayed a year, it would have been one of the best Halos. They also needed to throw a lot of the crap that was in the books and stuff that was missing into the campaign. But I don't think it's untouchable garbage.
Okay.
But,
well,
so I went on a tangent.
No worries. My next question, you guys better have a good memory for, because what was your first instance of video games?
Like the very first time I played.
Very first time you played, very first time you saw it, the very first time you played a video game.
Oh, I'd be pinball on Atari.
Minesweeper.
Remember that pinball machine?
Would you call a pinball machine a video game?
Yeah, I don't remember the name for it.
Oh,
it was on Atari.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
I think I was 5.
I think
we're in agreement.
There you go.
Somewhere there?
Yeah, I think I was about 7 or 6 years old, and my father showed me how to play WWF SmackDown on the PlayStation 1.
How old are you again, Josh?
I'm 28.
Right.
He's 27.
I'm wrong. I'm 27. I always think I'm 28. I'm 27. I'm sorry.
Age.
Oh, man doesn't even know his own.
Yeah, that was 21 years ago. Yeah.
Also, I realized
Yoda's looking over there like you don't know your own age.
Yeah, you know what? That one was deserved.
It just looks like
you forgot your own birthday. That F word was deserved. I don't care. You can take the time. You can take the time to censor that just because you forgot your own birthday.
Oh, I'm sure. But yeah, so that's my first instance of a video game. For what I can remember anyway, was WWF SmackDown, a wrestling game.
I want to say I was 6 or 7, and my first game I ever touched was Golden Axe on the Sega Genesis.
Oh, Sega Genesis. I love Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Shining Force?
No.
Do you remember that one?
No. I played a lot.
That was my favorite Genesis game.
My older
Shining
cousin
Force.
had a Genesis, and I played a lot of Sonic on it.
Yeah, there's Sonic.
Echo. Being one of their Echo the Dolphin, yeah.
The Dolphin game,
yeah. I remember
Echo the Dolphin.
The Lost World. Do you remember that one?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that one was amazing.
We had the Jurassic Park for Sega Genesis too.
That thing had a game.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare.
Oh, well, that sounds about right. I didn't
know. Aladdin.
Because, the Disney games, Aladdin, Lion King, yeah.
Yeah, I remember the Lion King one. Yeah.
Okay, but I think
it's
been stated
infamous game.
I think it's been stated the hardest Sega Genesis game or game back then is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game.
Oh my god! Was Battletoads also Sega Genesis? Or was that later?
Battletoads was, yes, I think it was. Battletoads was somewhat difficult, but it was fun as hell.
Yeah,
I'm a little fuzzy on the timeline. pre 64,
Ah,
but when I remember having an NES with the Mario Duck Hunt Duo cartridge
I've never
and
seen
the
that
Light
before.
Blasters,
Oh, Duck Hunt, yes.
Oh, Duck Hunt is still
and I
awesome.
actually
Duck Hunt's
I
great.
might have something else too, but
The dog.
that's I think that's the earliest I remember.
Okay.
I think I I remember being
Mhm.
shown Minesweeper on my dad had like a friend and he brought over this massive like very early laptop
Oh, okay.
Oh, I remember
and
those
it
things.
had the little nub to
That
like
Yeah.
that was
nub.
its mouse
Yeah.
and
I remember
like
that.
pre-trackpad.
Yeah.
And I remember playing Minesweeper on that, and I remember thinking that was like one of the coolest things ever. That
Yeah.
might even be the earliest.
A little snowman skiing game too. That was one of the first games on your computer.
I just remembered I do have something else sitting around here.
There you go.
3D pinball.
Oh my
Okay.
god, dude, the 3D pinball at the schools, it didn't, because it didn't, you, at the
If
school,
you didn't have internet,
it would be pinball.
Mass
Pinball,
Circus?
Minesweeper, or Solitaire.
Mass Circus 2.
Mass
Yes.
Circus was
Oh,
another
what a
one.
classic.
Oh, wow.
I
Game
have
Boy Yoshi.
Yeah,
Oh, shit, okay.
the original Game
Nice.
Boy, the Yoshi. It's basically Tetris.
Mm-hmm.
Gee.
Oh, yeah. It's fantastic.
I
When-
miss Dreamcast.
Never
Oh.
played the Dreamcast.
Oof.
We're- See,
Yeah, there
You're
was
hitting all the good ones tonight,
Dragon
April.
Prancer.
No.
Remember that one?
Yep.
no.
You like rode
Power
around a bunch
Stone?
of dragons and stuff.
Alex, I think you and I are a little too young for the Dreamcaster.
No, it
Well, that
just
was
got to
after
nobody's
Genesis,
home.
but before Sega Saturn,
Oh.
I think. Was
I
Saturn?
guess-
No,
No idea.
Saturn was after
I think it was
Dreamcast.
their last console, wasn't it? Because it
Yeah,
did so poorly.
Saturn was the failure, I believe.
Oh,
was it-
and
Dreamcast
mine.
was-
I
was the
loved
failure.
Sega
Oh,
Saturn
Dreamcast
because
was a failure.
It was
Oh, yeah.
it was so
They
well received,
tried.
but it had such low sales
Oh, okay.
that. it
well, that was one of the
just-
first disc gaming consoles too, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It was
Like
it was ahead of its time.
It was. It wasn't done.
Sonic Adventure was
awesome.
on it. Power Stone was on it.
No.
Was it Space Force 5 or whatever? That like rhythm dancing game was on it.
Oh,
Oh my
Jesus.
God.
Rhythm
Crazy
dancing.
Taxi.
Crazy
Crazy
Taxi.
Taxi.
You know what it is? I remember Crazy Taxi as an arcade game,
Yeah.
not a console game.
Yes. Because they
And
put that
Dreamcast
on
had
so
built-in
many arcade
memory.
games.
Yep.
A lot of
Mhm.
people gave the original Xbox like a lot of like
A lot of help.
a lot of
Oh,
like,
praise.
praise. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word.
You're welcome.
Because it was one of the earlier consoles to have like an internal hard drive, right?
You're
But
right. That
Dreamcast
thing
had
had no
built-in
memory
memory, I
card.
think, before that, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So
I
yeah,
really
remember
liked
people
Saturn
freaked out
though.
because Xbox, the original Xbox, was like it has a hard drive.
We got another
You-
question here from Kirsten. She says guilty pleasure game. She's
Guilty
so
pleasure game?
so she's
So
asking what
many
is
of them?
she's asking
Like when you're ashamed of playing.
yeah,
or-
exactly.
No.
Well,
Wait,
not
what?
ashamed, like
Usually a guilty pleasure is something you feel bad about enjoying. Guilty pleasure.
and that's it. Yeah. So what is a game that you feel ashamed of playing but you still enjoyed it?
Viva Pinata. Although I don't really feel that ashamed of it. It's in the realm of things that a bearded man you'd think would be ashamed of, but Viva Pinata is one of the best games ever made.
I remember, dude.
I don't know
I
if that
still
is.
I'll
remember
fight
your.
anybody that says something else.
I still remember your early. I think is when before you moved up to London was one of your Extra Life. You start off with Viva Pinata Garden something.
We every year for Extra Life for the past 5 years. Ever since I used to, I'm a part of the gamer living community. We used to all work together as like on a website, so we used to do reviews and streaming and stuff like that under a website. So we used to do that every year. We did my first 2 years of that, but every year after that, when I started doing it personally and with like my circle of friends, we have every year started with Viva Pinata Trouble in Paradise. We do 3
Trouble in
hours
Paradise,
at
that's
least of Viva Pinata every time.
And
Every time.
And I just
Because
see you guys.
it's a god tier game.
And I just
So wait, I'm sorry. What was
and-
guilty pleasure again?
guilty pleasure is like a lot of people think it's like you're ashamed, like you feel ashamed playing it, but you don't care and you enjoy it.
It's like listening to Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Guilty pleasure. You feel bad
Yeah.
about it, but you enjoy it.
you know other people will make fun of you for it, but you still play it anyway.
Pop music, girly stuff, like guys taking baths or something. I don't know.
Or
Just-
guys
It
getting-
means exactly what it.
Yeah,
Goat
guys
Simulator.
like getting manicures back.
Goat. Simulator?
Goat
Oh
simulator.
yeah, that's
There's a
stupid.
goat simulator?
There is a goat simulator. Yes,
I
there
get
is.
ragged
Oh
on
my God.
for it so
This
much, but it's
stupid thing.
it's a stupid game, but it's fun. So you're playing
So-
it and you're like, why am I wasting my life playing this game? But also at the same time, you're like, yay, go super jump, go throw random car. Like,
Let me lick this thing.
yeah, it's like, let me lick a fire hydrant and have it break out of the, ground, and then you throw it at a civilian and it smacks him halfway
So
across the map. It's funny.
cute.
It's I think that game has so many expansions for it.
It's got
Oh, it
4, I
does.
It
believe,
has
Oh my
at
God.
least.
expansions
Oh yeah.
to
Yeah.
play a goat.
There's
It's-
like
it
a
was-
zombie
it was
one
very-
where you're a
very
zombie
popular.
goat. There's like a Star Wars kind of theme one where you're in space.
I'm looking
Um,
for this now.
yeah.
Hold
It's on Steam. I don't know
Oh,
how
she's
much.
I'm
it
on.
is.
looking
I
it
have
up.
Steam right now because I had to move my files over again. Hold
She's
on a
like,
second.
I got to see what Goat Simulator is.
I,
Uh,
I'm just surprised
Oh
you've
my
never streamed
God.
it before, Alex.
You're not
Um,
actually joking.
because
No.
when I tried to play it
No,
on the
he's not.
Game Pass,
He's
when I
not.
downloaded it on PC off the Game Pass, for some reason it wouldn't load in. PlayStation, I can play it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guilty
That's the only-
pleasure. Guilty pleasure for me, eh?
She's looking it up right now.
Oh yeah, she's
Sorry.
looking. No,
No, you're
worries,
fine.
no worries. Guilty pleasure
focusing.
for me.
Yu-Gi-Oh. What?
Actually, you know what? That's not a bad answer. I like playing
Don't
the Yu-Gi-Oh
bash
games.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'm
Yeah.
not
Sure.
going to.
I like playing Yu-Gi-Oh
Bruh.
games. I also like playing the anime games. I know, like,
He's a
like
What
big
say-
kind of
Naruto.
anime games?
He's a big
not
Naruto.
Yeah,
that,
there's-
not that. Like Naruto, Bleach, the fighting games, stuff
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you
The
guys-
shonen weeby ones.
yeah, the shonen weeby ones. The one,
Not the watch me awkwardly eat this sausage.
yes,
visual
that's
novel.
correct.
To
No,
be fair, we
that's-
did buy Jump Force, so
We unfortunate. Man, I had high hopes for
That
that
was-
game.
That
Oh,
was the biggest
crossover.
waste of- you know what?
You
know
have to
No.
give it that it was at least gorgeous. The
It
particle
was.
effects in that
It
game alone.
was.
You know what though, Josh? I will say it did not fail nearly as hard as No Man's Sky did at launch.
Oh,
I think No
I
Man's Sky
heard
still
No Man's
has
Sky
to
was
be
rough.
the worst launch
Rough.
game I've ever
Rough.
played. Yeah.
That's not
It,
good.
and I know it redeemed itself. I know it's a lot
did,
better now,
yeah.
but just when
It
it first
is
came out, it was
An incredible game now.
so, and I pre-ordered that. I was
did.
so unhappy.
I got it for free for my birthday, so I
Yeah.
felt no shame.
Well, see, it got to the point where they wouldn't at GameStop. They wouldn't take it. Like they weren't getting it from
Yeah.
anyone. And then
Yeah.
they had the one day where they're like, "We'll take any game for $10." So I brought it in and was like, "You can't say no."
Can't say no. All right,
So
Yeah.
game you the game you
My
were
chat is saying their guilty pleasure, and I had a feeling someone might say something like this. Dead or Alive Extreme, aka Beach Volleyball.
yeah, I've seen that game before.
Oh,
So,
Yes, so Dead or Alive did a subgenre of sports game called Dead or Alive Extreme.
hey, they played it for the
remember that.
plot.
Yes, you play
No,
it for
they
the plot
did.
at the
Yeah,
volleyball.
that's
if by
like
a plot you mean
Never mind.
bouncing titties, then yes, they played it for the plot.
The jiggle physics worked in Dead or Alive the Extreme as it did in the original game, in the original fighting game.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's something I had never understood with especially fighting games. All the women are scantily clad and their bosoms are heaving everywhere. I'm like,
God.
that looks
Soul Calibur's
really
another one.
painful.
Soul Calibur is another
Soul
one.
Calibur
As
4.
as a male, I would kind of get it because women are beautiful. But
That doesn't
when the
count 'cause I'm
physics are
high,
so
so
it doesn't
bad,
matter
Ow.
that way.
yeah, when the physics are so bad, you're like, this can't even be sexy anymore because no one is like this.
Yeah.
Like
That's
maybe
my
on the
point.
moon, but
Yeah.
like
The
I
one
mean,
I
I
still
like
remember.
women just as much as the next person, but I don't get the idea of like their boobs just
Yeah.
breathing,
why?
staying
Next-
still. They're like,
just watch the
Yeah.
next
or,
person.
or
Yeah.
you know what I
Well, yeah, I like
absolutely
women.
hate? I hate when they like sexify armor.
oh my
Yeah.
god, right?
A
Why
lot
do
of
we
that
get
goes
stuck with
down. Yeah.
chain bikinis? Like that's gonna
Yes.
stop an arrow.
Yes.
Monster Hunter World, one of like great game, solid game.
Notorious.
Some of that armor is fucking stupid.
Mm.
That's
Like-
how I got that stupid Uwu clip because my buddy Genesis and I play that game together, and his character is smoking hot, but like it is so like sexualized. It's crazy. And why am I getting an ad on Betsy's stream? That's rude.
Well, I mean, it works every hour.
Oh,
You
Unfortunately.
gotta drop those subs.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sub to you.
No.
I'm not.
No.
Oh my god.
Hi, sub to Beezy.
I'm not
God
sub-
damn it. I was
you
gonna
go,
ask a
Phil.
question. I
Okay.
completely forgot what it was. Oh, that's what it was. Game you were very hyped for, but really let you down.
No Man's Sky.
Do you have another one?
I'll think of something.
Yeah. I'm trying to
But
think of myself,
still,
honestly.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky is a big one for sure for people who really enjoyed it.
Um,
I can't.
There's been a
even-
few.
Yeah.
There's been a
Jump Force.
few.
Jump
I
Force is another
think
one.
personally, Tales of Xillia 2.
which one?
So Tales of Xillia 2.
Zillia.
I didn't play
That's-
that one.
It's I am a very big Tales of fan. I have been for a very, very long time. I have collector's editions of it sitting down there. Off screen, I've got statues of them over there.
Mm-hmm.
I loved Xillia. And then when I found out Xillia had a direct sequel, I was super pumped. Bought the collector's edition, was like there day one, 9 a.m., got it, went home, played it, finished the entire thing and went, that didn't need to happen. There was no need for this thing to exist.
That
Like,
does suck.
and it didn't even end well. Like, I couldn't even say the journey was good. Like, there was no, like, the gameplay was fun.
Mhm.
And I got to see a lot, like, some of the characters I liked. And I liked being like, the best moments were like, oh, look, that character's back. And then, like, the story was just f***ing pointless. Like, there was one moment that kind of like hit me hard, but then like the rest of it, I was like, this doesn't need to be a thing. I kind of don't want to finish it. And for
Mhm.
me to say that about,
Yeah.
especially of like a Tales of game, it's just like,
Gosh, I got one.
All right, what do you got, buddy?
Origami 2.
Oh no! Origami 2. It looks so
First
good.
one, we had so much fun on stream
Faces
playing,
of cringe happening.
Oh, no.
and the second one was so awful.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, Alex and I have done, I guess, a series of playing Origami all the way through. It's a little timeline stretch.
that's the one where Alex's dad died.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's where
exactly.
my dad died.
That's actually where that clip came from.
That's where
It's hilarious.
That's where my dad dying came from. Yes,
Yeah.
you're right.
But so we played Origami. We love this game. It's so fun. The art style is really, really cool. Not an expensive game either. And made by an indie company. Very well done. We saw Origami 2. We saw the look of this thing. We thought, what could go wrong? It looks fantastic. There's a combat system. Alex laughed all the way through it. I was scared out of my mind. So we play Origami 2. Thank God for Xbox Game Pass. We basically play it for free. And we try it. And it didn't work. After we played the tutorial, the multiplayer didn't work. And then
when it started to work.
And then we waited about a month or two or so. We tried it again. The multiplayer started to work. We played a couple of missions. The whole aspect of the game was the combat system was like you can go up to people and fight people with your sword. Because in the last one, all you could do was stealth kill. The combat, totally disappointing. You might as well just play it like the first game.
It was buggy.
It was very buggy.
And we have a history of like trying to pull off sneak, because me and Josh played a lot of Unity, even though
Right.
Assassin's Creed Unity was not that good of a game.
But,
But
for what I hear now, it's like probably one of the better looking ones now because they fixed everything.
well, that's good.
Oh, the parkour animations in that are
Yeah. Unity. If they, I'm sorry to derail you, but I just gotta say this one thing.
good.
I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan because of the parkour of the game. It's so cool looking. And then you go to Origins, and they kind of took the parkour system and didn't use it. It was just so plain and boring. If they would have taken stuff from Unity, even just like half of it, and put it in the current trilogy game, I think I think more people would take it. Honestly. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You can
it's
continue
okay.
now.
Just
I had my own rant there.
the point of
when they made it The
Just-
Witcher. Yeah,
what they made it The Witcher.
it's basically The Witcher.
Oh, okay. Well, the point,
That's what I thought. I was playing Origins
It's
and I was like, okay, we're not
basically-
Assassin's Creed anymore. We're
Yeah.
The Witcher. Assassin's
Yeah,
Creed.
that was
I
when
didn't
they did
touch
the
it
whole
much.
RPG change in the series.
I didn't touch it much, but the thing is, like in Origami 2, we were psyched about the combat system
Mm-hmm. Well, you were.
because yes, I was. I was psyched about going up, running up, and then just getting caught and having to fight my way out. Because the joke in Unity was we would be doing the co-op missions, and Josh hadn't beaten the game. I had like the best weapons, and I chose to like use a giant ass spear. It was the strongest one. It could one tap anybody. And so Josh would be like, okay, so there's two guys here. We can stealth right by him in mine, and then all of a sudden I come out of nowhere and say, no, wrong, and I just go stab one of them. And for some reason, because they found me, they'd see him too.
Yeah, I get caught. Which
ruin
I
the
thought
entire
was stupid.
So he'd sit there and like just yell at me, be like, stop running out into the open. And I'd be like, but it's fine. I can't do it."
I'm trying to play the game the way it actually is, and he is going in there with a giant weapon, just stabbing people.
Yeah, it's so.
He's one of those guys that when the game says stealth is optional, he takes out the rocket launcher.
Oh, 100%. That's exactly who Alex is.
Yeah. See, do you know what? The only game I can recall that I have the option to do whatever and I actually choose somewhat stealth is Metal Gear Solid 5, the open world one.
Well, you got stealth in Metal Gear. Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Meh.
No, but just in number 5 in the open world one, it just being stealthy just seemed like the better option, like easily the easier option. So that's the only game though.
So my chat is saying Fallout 76 for
Oh boy!
Oh right!
Which, yeah.
Oh boy!
Fallout 76.
That was a disappointment to a lot of people.
Oh yeah, I heard that one.
What about Anthem?
Anthem was another bad one. Oh,
I actually liked Anthem.
Really?
I loved playing Anthem. It was Iron Man Simulator.
It looked great in the trailers, but you got into the game.
So much fun. You flew. Okay, so I played the like magic using one. So I was flying around like Iron Man with a cape on like Doctor Strange, throwing fucking lightning at people. It was one of the coolest things I've ever played.
Was the biggest reason for Anthem's flop the bugginess of the system or the look of the game?
Bugginess, story, post-game content.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was another loot shooter that didn't separate itself from the pack, right?
Yeah.
Like
it also did not get any better from what I heard.
It did not. And they were working on a revamp of it, and EA said, it, cut our losses.
I know our buddy got it for like day one, paid full price for it, played it for like 20 minutes, and he was said, this game sucks. Like what happened?
Yeah, he was dead. He'd seen like right when it was revealed at like I think it was one of the Game Awards. It was revealed, something like that.
Yeah, I wanted it. Because it was BioWare, right?
Yeah,
BioWare. Dragon Age devs.
Yeah.
So he was like super psyched. He's like, I'm gonna follow this, and then it had that like bit of a delay, and then they're like, we're releasing it.
Like that didn't have content.
Yeah. He was severely disappointed.
It's funny. They say it's funny that nobody has said Cyberpunk yet.
Yeah, actually,
in BZ's chat.
Yeah, I was just about to say that Kirsten said Cyberpunk was another one that did not get a good launch.
So I got lucky and I played Cyberpunk on the Series X.
Yes.
Which meant that while I had the lower quality graphics, I actually had a pretty good time playing it.
Yes.
The only reason I stopped and never finished it is because I was like, it, I own it. I'll wait until CD Projekt Red has my money. I've given them my support. I'll wait till they do the next gen patch for it and I'll play that version. And it just keeps getting delayed. So
yeah, if you played it on the PS4 or the original Xbox One, you were not having a fun time. It was
weren't you like T-posing every time you drove?
That was one of them. People were getting blasted in the air, getting teleported to different places. The grass, literally the trees were sprouting up on rooftops and just outside of buildings. It was just not good. And this was like multiple,
which is unfortunate.
This was multiple delays on the game as well. This was like the 4 delays without the year.
It was like a 7-year development, 8 years.
Yeah. But I heard
it was almost as long as Final Fantasy 15, which also was a big flop at launch. Because it took so long and it suffered from directional issues and shit.
See.
But that's a different thing though.
Yeah, I heard Cyberpunk. But from what I've heard and seen so far, it's gotten better. They've been working on it a lot, and I think it might be a good game later on.
It's legitimately, even now, like a year later, a solid game. Like it's a very well designed and fun game, and its story is sick. But it's it's a game that should have only been next gen. Is
Yeah.
what it should have been.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people
They should have
say.
scrapped the last gen version, but it was the timing of it was bad.
Yeah, it was.
If they had started development even a year later, it would have been a totally different thing. It's just the concrete timing and COVID, like all of that played a factor. There's they took a wrong turn every time, and it's just unfortunate because CD Projekt Red does great work.
Yeah. Speaking of Cyberpunk, there was an article online. I guess Keanu Reeves was really happy with people because they were trying to mod Cyberpunk so they could have sex with his character.
That's hilarious.
And he was like all for it. He was like, "This is great. Please mod the game."
That's hilarious.
April, have you answered this question yet?
Not the last one either. No.
Oh, what do you got?
Yeah.
Oh, I think you guys are talking. I didn't want to interrupt you guys.
No, it was fine.
No. Tell us to shut up
mid-conversation and answer the question.
So for the last question, my guilty pleasure game would be Sims.
Oh, Sims.
Only because it is so different than everything else I play. But Sims honestly is enjoyable by most people that play it, so it's not really a guilty pleasure exactly. But it's the only game that I could think of for that.
That's fine.
Because it's very tame. It's very simple. It's
very tame.
Like I played all of them. I miss busting out honestly, but the rest of them are good. So yeah.
And what was the question I just asked then?
What was the?
I don't know. You guys.
Oh, that's what it was. The game you were hyped for, then flopped. That's what it was.
That would be the third Fable.
Fable.
The anniversary? No.
That one got a lot of hate, right?
Fable 3.
Well, they changed the game mechanics. Like all the controls to play from number 2, they switched everything. So different buttons, different ways of opening the maps, and just movement, and like everything changed for it. And I couldn't play it through, and that's why I didn't like the third one. It's screwed everything up, and it was very frustrating.
Fair.
That's fair.
My biggest problem with it was that it suffered from your choices being next to meaningless.
Yeah, because you literally just choose from like one or two. I think it was a royal family or something like stupid like that. But the game, the graphics were cool, like the town and stuff like that evolved and everything. But I don't know,
weapons
everything was
evolved
so
and
different.
that kind of thing. But
yeah, it wasn't the same as. It wasn't close enough to the second one for me to enjoy it. Maybe I'm just biased because I love the second one so much, but they changed it so much that I couldn't get into it. I felt disconnected from the second one. I wasn't fond of that one. I can't think of any other ones.
No, it's okay.
Sorry, I know I play games that are completely different than you guys.
No, that's okay.
Most of the games you can talk about, I have no idea what they are.
Fine. I mean, there are games that you talk about that I have no idea what the hell you're talking about either. So it's the same way. Vice versa. You're fine.
Everybody has their genre.
Absolutely.
I mean, you asked favorite game. I was tempted to say Fire Emblem, but I didn't.
Oh yeah, you do like Fire Emblem a lot.
Fire Emblem is pretty.
I cannot.
Okay.
I cannot not buy a Fire
I
Emblem.
I have a question in chat if you don't have anything in mind.
I have one on me, but you go first.
So Chad is asking, what games are you hyped for in 2022?
Oh,
Kirby, Bayonetta.
No, Nintendo.
Here's my credit card.
I remember one year we were watching E3 and Nintendo came on. All of our buddies were at the house, and we're all looking out when Nintendo comes on. We're like, so, is your wallet gonna be crying for you after this? And he's like, yeah. After it's over, we look back at him. My wallet's sad now because it knows. It can feel it down in its soul. It's very funny.
It was, I think, 2018. They showed it at the. What's the one that happens in the summertime?
The
big gaming thing.
E3.
E3, yeah. They showed off Smash Ultimate, and I actually took my wallet and threw it at Josh's TV.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Like, take it all.
I did. I full on took my wallet out of my pocket and just whipped it at his TV.
Okay. So what was the question again here? We got a little sidetracked.
Excited game this coming year.
That's
like your most.
Oh my god, there's a lot. There is a lot. It's
Do I start
Alan
naming
Wake
them?
2, God of War Ragnarok, and Forbidden.
Alan
but-
Wake's 2022.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, isn't Alan Wake in
Otherwise, Alan Wake would
2023?
be-
Oh,
remastered.
sorry, 22. Then it would have to be God of War Ragnarok
God of War Ragnarok.
and Horizon Forbidden West.
Did they give a release date for Space Marine 2?
I don't
I
remember.
don't think so.
I
Because I
don't
played the
remember.
first one and I enjoyed the hell out of it, so for sure I'm picking up the second one. And like I said, open world Kirby, you sign me up.
Yeah.
Like that sounds
Open
amazing.
world
I'm pretty
Kirby?
for
Open
that.
World
Yeah.
Kirby, yeah.
Yeah.
Open world Kirby.
Kirby The Last of Us is basically what it
Oh
looks
my
like. It's like
God.
post-apocalyptic Kirby. It looks
Mhm.
dope.
And I want it so badly.
Oh, Forspoken as
And
well. Forspoken as well. I kind of want.
And then I'm
Forspoken's
one
up
of the
there for me.
I'm one of the many people that have been waiting 17,000 years for Bayonetta, so of course I'm gonna pick.
Oh,
it up.
Bayonetta. Yeah, another one.
Well, it's only 5-6 years late. It's fine.
Kirsten says Harry Potter for 2022.
Yes.
The
Harry
open
Potter.
world.
Hogwarts
Yeah.
Legacy. Let's f***ing get it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look
my
into
wife
that
and I
one.
are stoked
Oh
for that
yeah,
I'm very
that's what
interested
I'm
in that
looking
one.
forward to. I want it.
I want to see gameplay first.
Oh,
but
obviously, yeah, me too.
if I
Well-
like what I see, I will definitely get it.
I'm
I'll
still
break
mad
it
that you
down.
can't play the actual like main characters, but open world. Like there's
Mm.
the years 1 through 3. Blah, 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 but it's not the same though.
Well,
different.
isn't this like
It's
before that? Before Harry Potter?
like
or-
hundreds of years
Yeah,
before.
it's-
Exactly.
It's way before,
Way
which is
before.
kind of disappointing.
Way
See,
before.
I'm not a Harry Potter fan at all. It's just the fact that I'm a sucker for open world games, so
Mm.
that itself will have me looking at it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that game the
Oh.
most. That's the only game that I know of that I really want to get in 2022 is the Hogwarts Legacy. I
Oh,
want that one.
I noticed you didn't say Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Tiny Tina
That's
from
funny
Borderlands.
because
Yeah.
that's on
Oh.
my short list. Yeah.
Really?
I was gonna say I want to, as much as I want to be like, oh, God of War, blah blah blah. I think it's honestly probably the new Star Ocean game.
Okay.
If not Tiny Tina's,
Mhm.
whatever. Her game looks so funny. Honestly,
I haven't seen
Ashley
that one.
Birch is
Bunkers and
gold. Like,
badasses.
it's like
What?
it's Tiny Tina's like Wonderlands or something. Is her?
Yeah, I think
Is
it's
that the
Tiny
game title?
Tina's Wonderland.
Mhm.
Something like
It's a
that,
day
yeah.
one purchase for me, but I think it's got to be Star Ocean because I'm a big Star Ocean fan.
Oh,
I
Star
have
Ocean.
all those games. It's basically JRPG Star Trek. So like
Oh, gotcha.
it's
Gotcha.
great. It's great.
Mhm.
But yeah, God of War is going to be great.
Yeah.
anything?
Although to be honest, I'm more excited to play The Witcher 3 again because the next gen update for Witcher 3 comes out this year.
Oh yeah.
Comes out I think Q2. I think I'm more excited for that than I am like Horizon even.
Mhm.
Like
What are they doing for Witcher?
they're doing next gen enhancement for it.
Oh, cool.
So any owner of The Witcher 3 is getting the enhancement as well too on
Oh, nice.
PC and next gen consoles. So
That's
Is it
awesome.
free?
Oh, well,
Wow.
hello.
it's completely free.
Damn.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah. No,
there you
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
Sounds like I have
Free
to
Witcher
replay it.
3 next gen. Yeah, sign me up like day one, done.
There you go.
Like no, hands down.
I think another one for me would have to be Sifu. It's basically like a beat 'em up martial arts game. I don't know what really the story is, but the death system is really cool. The more you die, you can come back to life, but you age exponentially. So I think it's gonna be
rough.
really cool. I'm
Yeah, I'll have
ready
to look
for it.
at that. April, anything?
What?
Anything coming out in 2022?
The Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only one that I know of that's coming out next year that I actually have any interest in.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
I
brought up
know,
a
but then
list
again, I
because
don't
there's
look
too
it up.
many.
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot, man.
I don't
That's
look
why
into
I've been
it
looking this
avidly.
way for most of this conversation. This
Yeah.
monitor's got a little thing on
That's
it.
It's
fine.
like, which one of
Like-
these do I throw up there?
Which one
Yeah.
of these is just like the
It's like
others?
triangle strategies on there.
Ooh, you know
for
what? That
me.
does look good.
Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Oh, right. Pokemon Legends Arceus is there
First
too.
day.
Yeah.
Alex is very excited for it.
Dude,
Just
Listen.
jumping around in his chair.
I want I don't know, what are they calling it? Like, I want too much hair Growlithe.
There you go. Too much hair Growlithe. Very
Yeah.
strange.
Like the Growlithe that's got like the full head of hair and
He's,
it's
like, all
like over
fuzzy?
his eye. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, growth.
What?
What?
Growth?
Yeah,
Sorry.
hair
You
growth.
said Growlithe. I was really confused.
just-
Sorry.
No, but
Okay,
it's
gotcha.
a version of Growlithe. Like it's like one of the new like region versions, but
Yeah.
but it's a very like it's got hair all over its face, like covering its face.
Kirsten has we know we said favorite game, but she's asking favorite game series. So mine is still gonna be Assassin's Creed for me for favorite game series. So if you, I think I think a lot of us can answer this one from the favorite games question. I think. So
There's
there's a
too
lot.
much.
I think there's a lot.
Metal Gear Solid, Mass Effect,
Yeah.
The Witcher.
Yeah.
Like
there's so many series.
Sly Cooper.
I still love Dragon Age, the Knights of the Old Republic series. Like
Still haven't played a Sly Cooper game.
Dude, I just wish they make like a legacy.
Halo.
Oh god, Halo. You can't forget Halo.
Halo is my favorite multiplayer series.
That's fair.
Like
that's fair.
Like hands down.
Oh yeah.
Like Infinite has just reminded me how much I love Halo, and it's given me like super nostalgia, but also like forward thinking. Like now I want to play Halo.
I heard the campaign is well so far.
Oh,
well, the campaign is bussin', dude. I haven't played it, but I just know.
You just know it's bussin'.
Oh, I've seen gameplay.
It's
I
so
know.
Good. Some people have said, surprised no one said Elden Ring for
Ring, right?
For excitement for next year.
Okay, but
I have no interest in it
close
personally.
to Soul. Isn't that basically a Dark Souls game?
It's Dark Souls if it was written by the guy who did Game of Thrones.
Which
that's literally what it is.
Yeah, big collaboration with George R. R. Martin,
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, George R. R.
It's
Martin.
From Software in Martin. Like it looks good. Like I think there's nothing wrong with it. I just have zero interest in playing it personally. Like it's like BioShock, original BioShock, one of the best. Like I would rate it very highly. I have no interest in ever playing it again. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't blame you there.
That pisses people off when I say that though. So
actually, I think Elden Ring won like most anticipated game. The awards.
It did, yeah, which I think is weird because it was against God of War.
God of War and Horizon Forbidden West, as well. So I'm just shocked. That's all. But Elden Ring does have a 15-minute gameplay trailer, and I did watch it a little bit. It's not too bad. It does look good, like Hare said earlier. Honestly,
yeah.
But I think we can wrap it up here. Honestly, unless someone else has another question they want to ask or anything like that. But for people on YouTube, there might be a little bit more after we're done the video. But there was stuff in the beginning, the pre-show that you didn't see. If you do want to see the pre-show,
oh god,
you were recording that?
No, I was live at it, but that wasn't part of the YouTube.
So nobody heard my.
I mean, probably not. No. I'll let you know if they did, but I don't think they did. I don't think they will. But thanks a lot.
Nobody heard about the raccoon?
No, they didn't hear about the raccoon. Oh wait, no, yeah, they heard about the raccoon. That's when I introduced you.
My lord.
It's getting cut.
Everyone heard about the raccoon.
I want that.
It's getting cut, and then you're getting cut.
You're getting cut. You're just adding it. Goodbye.
I want that in part of the YouTube video.
I'll think about
Terrible
it.
choice.
I'm sure it will.
No, you don't.
Terrible choice.
If it's going to.
I don't think it will. It's just I'll just say that the video's not made for kids.
And Master Sword, you.
Yeah, I saw that. But
tricks are for kids.
But YouTube, thanks a lot for watching this first ever Off Kilter podcast show that I'd like to call it. It's one of those two. Every name you see above each of us is our Twitch name. So if you have free time, go check them out. Their link will also be in the description below. And comment all the questions you've heard tonight. Why don't you put some of the comments and answer some of the questions that we've asked. Like, what's your favorite game? What's your favorite series? What flopped and what was exciting for you? But
I have one more question.
Okay, we'll do one more question before we hop off.
Josh might not even let me back on.
I'll let you back.
Who's your favorite starter Pokemon?
Oh, okay.
Cynical.
All the starter Pokemon.
Cynical.
That's a lot.
Yep.
Oh my god. I'm thinking too. I think it would have to be Totodile, I think. I really like Totodile.
Nope, gotta be cynical. Crookie?
Froakie
Yes.
or
Froakie.
Rowlet.
Froakie.
Froakie or Rowlet. Rowlet's pretty good.
Oh,
in my head,
Rowlet,
though, too.
the owl one.
Rowlet.
April, I don't know how much Pokemon you play.
I know I had like 3 Pokemon cards back in the late 90s,
All right.
and one was called Digimon. Digimon? I don't know. I don't follow Pokemon. I'm not a
That's
Pokemon
fair.
fan.
That's fair.
That's fair.
So
I was born in
her
the 80s,
actual-
but I
her-
didn't get into it.
Her answer
Sorry.
then is Squirtle.
Yeah.
So
No, it's not Squirrel. I know Squirrel.
Oh, she knows
What's the little
Squirtle.
mole one?
What?
Diglett.
Diglett. Thank you. It was Diglett. I like Diglett. He's cute. Got a little round
Cool,
nose.
I'm going to keep streaming after this. I'm just going to
Yeah, that's fine. But yes, YouTube, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for watching. And please, if you like what you see, like and subscribe to the Millennial Gamers channel. And you'll see more of us after the holidays. Because we want to do this every 2 weeks, but I just realized that it's Christmas in the next 2 weeks. So can't do that. So we will see you guys after the holidays. Have a good night, everybody. And we'll see
Night,
you soon.
YouTube.
Peace out, everybody else. Chat. And YouTube and all that jazz.
For sure.
And Jesus.